Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Get it! Go check! Go check!
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Fighting through it, he's got space. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Gotta like that start, 14 yards to get him going.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They go with White on the counter. And he's got some space here. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
This one out quickly to Watkins. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. White, he'll try the left side. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I look at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I go right at him with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
On 2nd and goal, Hurts. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll be out right at the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing, Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Second and 8. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. Kicking into a headwind here in the 2nd quarter. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Eagles.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 44, Prescott able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's got Rome, the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
And he'll go right back to Lamb. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a second and short. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. On second down, it's Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. And the kick here no good. But a penalty flag is down. Looks like he got run into. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Point after here coming up. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The drive starts with a run by White. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. They go play action with Hurts. He'll buy some time right. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Runs over him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Check contact, check contact. Clear, Ryan.
A handoff running left is Dobbins. They find some open field here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Let's go now. Reload, reload. Ready.
1st down, here's White. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. White is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
On the set. Pat the street. Pat the street.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. The quick slant caught. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The kick by Elliott is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. 1st down, Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there, picking up the 1st down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Here's Hurts to throw. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They'll run for it. This is White. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Prescott looks to throw on first. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Another incompletion with that one. He's just 7 of 14 throwing the football, 50%. Typically not going to get it done, is it?
And let's just make it simple, and that's exactly why they trail.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. To throw is Prescott.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with White. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Hurts.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now...
And Prescott, his 3rd interception.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
They'll go up the middle with White. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Throwing is Hurts.
Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And this one is no good. He missed it. And the lead will hold at 10. So the interception, that had him set up in golden shape, but no first down comes of it. And in the end, no points come up.
And Brandon, I tell you, in a sudden change offense, you must capitalize. This is where you can really swing momentum in your favor. But that time, they let him off the hook.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good gain on first, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Pollard again. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Tackle there by big Jordan Davis.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. I mean, I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game. It comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Prescott to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 33. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept the pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, a run from White. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Yo. You had to call timeout. I was going to run the clock.
And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd.
You called a timeout, right?
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And now here's another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. From the 27, Hurts. Rolling to his right. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. J.K. Dobbins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things. And, my goodness, another interception. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They'll set up a throw. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And this is caught by Watkins.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
And he's brought down. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Zamir White, a touchdown run there from a yard out.
As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Might want to remember that 3rd down play, 37 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
68 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. A 1st down throw for Prescott. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Second and goal from inside the 5. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now here's Pollard. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. On the ground with a tight end. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Jake Ferguson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here at a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They stay on the ground with White. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Ready?
On play action, they'll throw. And this is caught. That's Watkins.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they manage to